Or see where we are going there. See, the last thing we did was to start all of this. We did check all the production, looked good, I remember. We are gonna need to check in on it now and then tonight to make sure everything is working.
New orders?
But that I do not like. Why is it keeping that many? Oi. Oi.
Carry her about.
Go back there. Something is on right. There we go. I must have tweaked this. Not sure what we messed up. Could be steam engines, but I don't know. Yeah, we are draining Aspen of oil as well. Especially this. That one is still trying to do something significant over here. It will fail. What about over here?
Ready to fly.
Yeah, we're getting way too much coal over here now. This place is gonna be a pain to really do something about. That's a mail. That's a coal delivery, isn't it? No. Where's the coal delivery? Is it down here? There you are. It's going now. But we don't have that much coal here anymore. We could maybe do like this. It might help. The Dowry has full supply of coal right now.
Hold the crane.
So we can definitely lower that. I hope. Let's lower down to 25. Because we need to avoid running out of coal here. We cannot really ship more. For now. I do have a plan though. Let's go over here. There, this one is back here. Go normal speed. 110. Pause this. Go here. Remove this. Go in here. And this is going into Freezing Haven.
People celebrate your leadership.
Remove this to 10. Let's see if we can pull that off. What about Ego? Ego is getting a little bit too much too, but we're gonna stick on 50. Alright, go. That's better. Okay.
Battle cruiser
Let's
ready.
start this. Discover the Colisma Canal and journey beyond the land where lions dwell.
I'll never get seasick.
Navigation, we don't need hunting. We need faith. And, well, who is better than the Pope? I don't think we have anyone that is better than that. We're taking the Pope with us. That would be perfect. And off we go. Is this going... Oh, it's going our way finally. Nice. Okay, so this is what I was thinking. Cape Trelawney, or whatever it's called. There is no way we can send stuff over to it. There is no way for it. Everything we're getting right now from the New World is supplying the main capital, and that's even struggling. There is a few tweaks and changes I can do over there, but even then it's gonna be hard to balance that out. So we're gonna need land. Same goes for everything around here. Now this tiny place here is basically all the industry for the old world. So we know that this size works, considering also we don't really need to have that many houses. We could actually get rid of... I don't know, we can actually not get rid of all houses, but... track
To the edge
occupied.
of the world.
But we need another piece of land. A big one where we can feel we can overproduce
It's all prepared.
for our towns. So I had this brilliant idea.
An influence box.
On some reason, missing goods. Running out of fire extinguishers? Really? Yeah, that's probably why, because this one had 2 steam carriages. That could be why. It could probably have messed up for the fire extinguishers, maybe. We'll see. So yeah, as I was saying, we need another piece of land. And why don't we do like this? This is our capital. We have our enemy down here, but it's not a lot of land. We cannot really use this at all. We have our beautiful place here. That's also too small. This is already occupied to the max. But then we have her place over here. This is not her capital. Her capital is down here, I think. That's her capital. What if we would take this place? I mean, what if I would buy it? It will cost us almost nothing. It has a lot of land. Definitely enough to build a huge industry. Let's have a few mines. We can get a new dockland, which we can also max out. I believe. Yeah, we should. Shouldn't be a problem. Oh, she's gonna be pissed. Losing all of this, she's gonna be pissed. That's gonna be great.
To share in reward, you must share in pain.
We need to be ready though for it. And we don't have any ships available, do we? No. Thought as much. Let's fix that. There we go. 10 ships on the way. So now we just wait. We need to wait for the shares and we need to wait for the expedition. I have never done this DLC, so we're gonna see what's waiting for us. All I know is what's in the name. So we might see some lions. Doesn't really say much. We are probably gonna need to do something similar to this in the new world. I have an idea for what we will do over there, but I haven't looked into it as much as this.
Admiral! Admiral!
Okay. The journey to Embessa. Will it be Olispo or Al-Suk? Choose your next port to call on your voyage to Enebsa, Land of Lions. Whenever you visit a port, new ports will become available. You can also attempt to visit every single port, for example, stopping at both Olispo and Al-Suk. Great rewards may come to those who succeed in this, but remember to keep an eye on your morale. But we definitely have... I'm not that worried about our morale. Let's begin over here then.
Fight if we must.
A street car named Olispo. The lights of Olispo glimmer through the spray as your sailors hasten to secure their mooring. Music and merriment spill from the narrow streets, wafting aromas of warm bread and savory fish fresh from the tide. With a thrill of pent-up anticipation, the sailors stream off the ship and excitedly crowd onto the pristinely new yellow tram, laughing as it rickets off the warm night Rick is off into the warm night, hailed loudly by festive locals. A flurry of ample sleeves turn to them genially. Bonita friends, from whence does the tide bring you? We serve Her Majesty. No, let's not do that. Lie. 55% chance, okay. Marvisomo? Marveliso or something. I have kin, they're wonderful people and are hardworking to a fault. Did I actually believe that? Oh, we did have the Pope with us after all. Come, we must drink, and I know just the place. Follow me. The sailors clamber off the tram graciously, unaccustomed to its peculiar rhythm, before following the man through a maze of passages lit by antique oil lamps hanging from the balconies. Stopping before a low stone arch, he reaches through the overgrown ivy, pulling open an unseen door. A flare of shattering and low lights greets you, wafting dark-scented spirits and fresh roasted food. Try the pastes de nata, our sweet secret custard pride, and of course our famous port. Order a generous round of port and custard pies. Damn it. Your trade was the innkeeper scoffs when you threw remarks on the price. This is no mere city, I mean, this is a Lisbo, land of riches and flavor. Surely you do not expect to feast for free. There's a minute of long awkward silence before Yossi, obviously crestfallen, clears his throat. Clearly the hope is helpfulness would earn him a night of free food and drink. With a curt bow and a bonnet, he steps out of the night. Suddenly crowds seem to be less amicable, and you cannot help to wonder how deep into the city your guide is taking you. A hastily retreat is swiftly declared. Climb back onto the tram. Damn, there's a lot of stuff happening here. The yellow tram lurches into movement, starting its trundling jaunt down the street. Suddenly a cry rings out. An ornate horse-drawn carriage is hurtling towards the crossing. The look of terror on the coachman's face makes it clear he has lost control of the horse. With a shudder, the tram stops not 3 feet from the carriage, startling down the creature to a halt. Terrified, it rears impossibly high, its hooves crashing down inches from the carriage. There's a strange garbled cry, and a man's face appears at the window, livid and with the top hat askew, bleeding for help. Attempt to calm the horse. Okay, we lost some morale. A short, thick-eyed man hesitates and then inches forward to calm the horse. Albeit to no avail, it tosses and whines furiously, battering the street and rails in a series of metallic clangs which only exacerbates its terror. A sudden fear gleams in his eye. The carriage lurches into a mad gallop, running over your sailor with a sickening crack and streaming off into the night. Your surgeon's wounds are serious and must be tended to at once. Heavily hearted, your crew carried your suffering comrade back to the ship. Shame. We'll see if we can visit everything. Yeah, we're gonna buy one share, then we're gonna take a look over in the Arctic. Maybe even the New World. Speaking of New World, the
An
MMO,
explosion in one of your factories.
they released a roadmap actually for this year yesterday. Looked actually really nice. They're finally gonna be adding mounts and cross-server expeditions, which is nice. About time. Although I still stick to
The
what I believed.
non-aggression pact has ended.
It should have been there from the beginning of the game, really.
Silver will not save you.
Let's just take a look. I just want to make sure that we don't have any unwelcome guests. But we do have a thick defense here against the border. Although I don't know if they've been sending anything since we added it. I hope it works though. Now let's take a look at the supply over here. Because we are probably draining it. Corn is going down really hard. Coffee is going okay, that's good. But beans are going down.
The non-aggression pact has ended.
Once we run out of beans, we're gonna be running out of coffee. Cigars are fine, sugar is fine. All of this is fine, herbs is okay. Desk fans are going down. Perfume is going down. Okay, I was expecting a little bit more, but it haven't gone that far. I mean, that long since we did our changes. At least the grain is going back, but I don't like the corn going down like this.
The people celebrate your leadership.
Okay. You dock at a small lively port on the northern coast. While most of your crew replenish supplies and repair the damage suffered in the recent storm, some decide to head off to explore the local swag. Streets fold and unfold into each other, bedecked in a wild array of colors and dizzyingly heady unknown scents, which so confuse your sailors that they become lost in a weave of passages. Seeing their distress, several young men in beggarly clothes offer to guide them through the maze. Show them off and trust your crew's instincts. It takes some observation, but your sailors soon understand that a mosaic of low-hanging cloths are arranged in specific patterns. A sharp right after a spice dealer sends a used attempt to sell your crews a few years worth of okra, and a red powder leads them to a small shadowed plaza, where two musicians are strumming many-stringed sitzers of rich honeyed wood. I am butchering this dialogue a lot, which that's just how it's going to be. There is a peacefulness to this place that suits your crew, and they try to engage in musicians in conversation and learn about their culture. Attempt to hail them in their native tongue. Your crew's linguistic effort to attract much appreciated surprise, and a lively conversation soon sparks up. supplemented by voluminous approximative sign language and much laughter. Before your sailors can object, an intricate tea set is brought out, and the small pewter cups are soon brimming with steaming, crisp-scented mint tea, supplemented by flavorsome pastries. Many tales are traded, and nightfall has long since passed when your crew returns to the ship, arms laden with a simple but intricate tokens of friendship. The crocodile delta. Let's go there. If we were to buy an island here, we have a lot, but yeah. It's gonna take some time to set everything up. We could probably do it here, but
Ship constructed.
no, we cannot. We are running out of land here. But this place, he wouldn't like to lose this one. But yeah, I'm not ready for this. We're gonna need to wait. Let's focus on this one. We are probably going to grab his island later, but the thing is that we don't have enough materials to reinforce it if we go for it right now anyway. And trying to do this on 2 fronts is just gonna be a bit unnecessary. I mean, all of this will not be done tonight anyway.
Your city has grown more beautiful.
We careen into the unknown.
Yeah, we're gonna buy 1 share then, check that out.
Meddlesome little...
Tomb Raiders. You're alone seeking the fabled lost necropolis. A fable that seems just about credible when eyeing the pale golden shimmer of windswept dust from the seat of your camel. Somewhere out there in these wastes, beyond the cyclopean basalt pillars, may lie the hoard of kings of old, and its greatest prize, the vigil of Horde. A statue said to be made from the purest gold and inlaid with countless gems. Your stopover is a is a busy city on the delta, not far from the supposed site of the tombs. A young woman with an academic demeanor hails you as you cross the path in the Natural Museum. I have found something, she says, and seek a responsible person to help the local museum recover it. Decline then secretly follow her into the hopes of finding the treasure. I agreed to help out of the kindness of your heart.
The mark of dread upon us.
Oh dear. We don't need this. You recognize the insignia of the prestigious House of Sands University on the young woman's lapel. An erudite scholar, no doubt, explaining at a great length that she cares little for riches, only wishes to see the history of her people return to this museum. She lays a ragged, age-tarnished map on the delicate table in a musty back office. Strange symbols abound all over it, etched over crisscross lines that all lead up to a city facing a jackal's head. Seer. As mentioned in the Book of the Dead, it reads, "Follow the opener of paths, Anubis, the divine embalmer, who holds the key to Asyut." We need to find where the trail begins. Accept. Examining the map should reveal the trail. Hardly a challenge for a seasoned navigator. The trail points to an oasis at the crossroad between two mountainous hinterlands where legend has it one of the entrances to the underworld lies below the water. Dark orange cliffs cast a soothing shadow over the oasis, accompanied by the joyous din of traveling merchants, wanderers and treasure seekers. You look up to a high cliff and can't help but to wonder where a death-defying leap into the water would take you. Take a leap of faith into the water. You nimbly climb the burning rock. You take a sharp breath as you step to the edge of the cliff. Then air rushes around you as you fall. You sip into the cerulean waters below with barely a splash, fearlessly avoiding a series of cruel spurs that jut up from the shallows. As you open your eyes, a strong current drags you through a series of algae-clad passages before a series of weird light invites you to push upwards into an air hole. Your fate is rewarded. You find yourself in a shallow chamber, painted with a once beautiful depiction, a humble reed raft carrying the sun out of the rippling waters and into the star-dotted sky. Two dark passageways lead further into the stone. The raft dives into the water beside the left door, just as you dove to get here. As you rose from the water, so does the raft by the right-hand door. I'm going left door. Interminable galleries wind across and over each other, spanning phantomless pits on spindly natural bridges. For hours you walk, with no sign of relief until light. You scramble and dig, extricating yourself until you come to a stand on a small ledge above an incredible sight, a vast necropolis. Scattered with dust-clad pillars, strange pyramids and cyclopean arches spanning phantomless chasms of darkness. At the center of it all, casting a shadowy pall over the city, stands a mausoleum of godly proportions. Atop the grim entrance, several ominous signs are carved. Okay, we can now abandon or ignore the warning. I'm gonna ignore it because that seems more interesting. Let's see. A long passage slopes down into the earth. Ornate paintings must once have covered every inch of the walls, but now only indecipherable lines and constellations survive. Mere memories of what must have been a wondrously complex depiction of the night sky. Note the dusk wind whispers the young scholar. Reverently. A narrow chamber lies ahead, empty but for a few scuttling black beetles. The paintings here are in a far greater state of conservation. Human bodies with monstrous animal heads, cosmically vast landscapes and pagan offerings, to name but a few. Two lower passages lead east and west into the darkness, below a set of arches covered in symbols. Right. Well, I don't know. That seems like water. That I have no idea. We're gonna go with this one. Okay. She was but a few paces ahead of you, but all of a sudden the scholar has vanished. Perhaps something awful befell her, or perhaps this is indeed the correct path, and she no longer has use of you. Ahead is a low ceiling in the hold, surrounded by ornate dusky pillars. A sealed door, unadorned and heavy, is carved into the opposite wall. All around it stretches a masterfully painted scene. A set of giant scales, one bearing a beating heart and the other a feather. Something. Beasts take careful note of the proceedings while a ghastly fiendish monster snaps at the heels of a line of terrified figures. As you look around, a strange and distant howling startles you. A hidden door is very slightly ajar, betrayed by the wind blowing over its threshold. Something lurks down here, a prize like no other. That's hunting. We don't have that. We're gonna rely on the Pope. Stand the trial and trust your fate to Anubis. A long silence fills the chamber as your torch safely sputters out. The darkness comes quickly, and then sounds of softly lapping waters near your feet. Something weave silkily between your toes, unseen monsters stalking, sensing and lurking. You mutter in breathless prayer. Unexpectedly, perhaps your humility, your calm has a positive effect. As uncannily as it came, the water seeps away, taking the strange entities with you. The path ahead is clear. Forge ahead. Damn, it's happening a lot here. A high chamber stretches into the darkness around the basalt pyramid. At the pyramid's bone-white crown is a pedestal bearing the fabled statue of Hor. Standing before it is the before is the historian. She seems entranced. Her fingers inches from the statue's exquisite golden limbs. Her mutterings echo strangely. At last, they will know such opportunities. Never want anything again. Something draws your attention at the foot of the pyramid. Slithering there, a patch of restless and unworldly darkness. The historian's hand reaches out towards the statue. It's her prize now, turn away. Yeah, well, we don't want it.
What's eating biscuit for?
Well, we got something. Grim whispers echo strangely from the shadowly confines of the chamber. A swirling, clawing sensation almost knocks you over as something wakes. The historian's muttering grows louder, deafening, definitely louder, painfully louder. A resounding crack follows as if bones were shattered and silence. When your eyes open, the chamber is empty. The light from your torches flickered dully at the statue. Sand, the great pyramids of bleak sand piles high against the chamber walls. The historian is nowhere to be seen. Deciding it's best not to linger. You wrap the statue carefully and respectfully before retreating gleefully out of the necropolis. The thing is, now we need to keep this somewhere. And none of these I can put down here. Then we need to get rid of our rations. Damn it. Okay, let's toss away the food. We do have 94 morale. We can probably pull this off. How many ships do we have right now? One. That's all I can
New
see.
orders?
We're gonna be preparing for this. Bring some cannons.
Room to maneuver.
Untold perils await us.
Yeah, well, we will buy one more share before doing that.
How thrilling! A renowned personage has arrived.
Okay, 50% is pretty good.
Ship constructed.
Silver will not save you.
Oh, we don't need silver. We are pretty thick. The ancient labyrinth. Alone. What's this? Alone in the darkness, they cannot hear her cries. Deep beneath this pleasant island of lavender and thyme, she has fallen to a musty, airless pit. She gathers herself and remembers the few safety matches left in her pack. You are her, she is you. Lighting a match, you are dumbstruck by a many frescoed room. Venerable and forgotten, a woman with a bull is the centerpiece. The great beast seems so vulnerable under her caress. The outline of a majestic horned door faces north, while a more humble passage leads southwards. Well, I don't know. Enter the grand horned door. An opening in the ground is slowly drawing in sludgy waters from all parts. A fountain, perhaps. A ship dominates a large fresco on the wall. You wonder if it ever managed to return from its voyage unscathed. A large door with a familiar pattern opens to the south. You turn to face it when you notice a second, smaller door to the west. A soft hiss, the wind perhaps, seems to be coming from it. Okay. We're gonna go with the west. You push the broken door open. Something on the floor glistens not far off. Reflected sunlight. You close the distance hurriedly before realizing with horror that it was no light but a snake. Long and sinister all around you. Its brethren slither curiously out of countless unseen nooks. You take a terrified step backwards and hear an angry hiss. You almost stepped on one. Stomp the ground with all your might. 100% chance. You pound the ground with all the energy in your young limbs, hoping the vibration will be enough to chase the brutes away. You hear the silkiness as many of them edge warily back into their hidden abodes. Suddenly, a movement by your ankle grabs your eye. One of the snakes mean to attack you. Descend down even steps. A gasping chasm stares up at you, where the floor has collapsed into a distant cave far below. A smoke-tarred beam, narrowed and aged, stretches over the pit to the other side. Keep your back straight and swiftly cross the beam. Crouch and crawl along the beam. Yeah, we're gonna... okay, we're gonna go with this. A fine, tight rope show, very deft. You pirouette to a halt, smile and bow to no one before taking in your surroundings. The ledge is small, facing a closed door. Chestnut wood, half faded, supports an alarmingly lifelike carving of a bull's head. Meanwhile, a cavernous rumbling, or is it growling, seeps in from behind the door. We only have opened the door. Darkness there and nothing more. Footsteps echo against the distant vaulted ceiling. You reach for a light and find one match left. One match and then darkness. Okay, we got to strike your last match or advance without light. We're gonna advance without light. Flee, fool. You thread precautiously a path across the room, hands outstretched, fumbling for an exit. Something cold grazes your hand, then a moist, warm breath slowly exhaled. You feel a prolonged spur jutting into the palm of your extended hand. A growling, thunderous and ominous surges into your ears and face. Okay, let's strike your last match.
Yar booty.
A great bovine head, cruel-pronged, flares into life as you strike the match. You let out a squeal, then something catches your eyes. Moss growing in the creature's eye. A statue, life-like to a fault, and of the finest craftsmanship. You discover that the brackish warm air gushing in from a hidden aperture in the wall on which it is set is being amplified ingeniously by a marmorealed beast's mouth. Momentous discovery. Yeah, we don't need that. An entire civilization, a hidden culture, a forsaken sanctuary. An epic for the ages. Thrilled, you reach behind the creature's neck for a glimmer of light and pry open the brittle wall behind it to emerge into fresh air of the day. Refuse. Once we buy this chair, she's gonna be pissed. Like, properly pissed.
Olio reporting in. Bring her around.
I would like to have 2 more ships before we are moving, but I don't think that's gonna be possible. One with brick and one with timber. That would really seal the deal for us. Let's see, she have no shore around here, does she? She does. She does have one on the other side. Yeah, the pirates will no longer be able to go that way once we build there. She has 3 beaches. Okay. We're gonna be building on all of them to make sure that we cover everything.
What I wouldn't give to get out of my shuttered bureau.
Yeah, she bought it back. Well, there's no surprise there. I mean, of course she will. She will fight us for this. Let's buy another
Some
one.
of us need time to regroup. Just a minute now.
We're gonna buy one more and then we're gonna do that one. While we wait, let's take a look here. Looks fine. How is coal coming along? 300, 228, 228 as well.
Where to?
See, that one is unloading right now. It's unloading too much. But it's not actually that bad. I mean, they will have to. It's better to have a little bit too much than too little. Then they will run out of it. It needs around 40. Okay, I think it's fine to have this. It should be fine. And here, Temple Park. This one, Dowry. We're bringing 25 over. Gonna pause this. And we're gonna change this down to 20.
Ceasefire has ended.
To share in reward, you must share in pain.
The Collisman Canal. The explosion scatters debris around the canal. As your helmsmen carefully steer into the nascent Collisman Canal, a deafening blast ahead of you sends most of your crew sprawling across the deck. The initial shock overcome, they rush to the station and pull the ship into a crawl, bringing it to a rest mere feet away from
Ship constructed.
the listing. A flame-wracked carcass of a ship. Doubtless it will be days before all its cleansed navigation can resume. One of your sailors furrows their brow. Isn't it odd that there ain't no one in the water? Odd indeed, in fact. There is no trace at all of the exploded ship's crew. An irresistible mystery. Observe the wreckage of information. One of your sailors recalls observing the ship while waiting to enter the canal a few hours ago. Nothing is peculiar noting its peculiar propeller. Your crew sifts through the wreckage in search of the apparatus to find it half torn from the stern. It is hauled aboard where one of your tradesmen examines it. See the blades? Old models only ever fit into a handful of ships, and only certain 2 of them so big. My guess is they're from the Innocence, except I heard the Crown bought her for salvage not 6 months past. His words slowly sink in. Can the Queen have conspired to sabotage the canal? If the local authorities hear of this, these people have the right to know. Our loyalty is to the Queen. It is a difficult decision to make, but you could decide to share the information with the Calusmid authorities. Believing no loyalty should be predestined over the overwriting an injustice. The Canal Master thanks your captain profusely, commending his honesty and insisting that your crew to be rewarded for their integrity. Before taking his leave, your captain extracts a promise from the grateful official that no mention will be made to anyone as to the source of the information. The Savannah or the Holy City. The Holy City, we have the Pope. Let's go there. It will be like the second coming.
Ceasefire has ended.
We do have the Pope still, right? I didn't toss him overboard when I took... No, I didn't. I tossed the schnapps aboard. That's fine. That's fine.
Cargo stations.
This will be break.
Room to maneuver.
Now, luckily, there is not a very long way between here and over there. So we should definitely be able to go back and forth to make sure we get a very, very decent defense here. Let's get over here.
Welcome to the most magnificent. Can I paint you with one of these?
The people celebrate your leadership.
Corn is still going down. Beans are going down a bit. Grain beers going up. Cigars are fine. Herbs are going down a lot. I don't like that. Fans are still struggling. I don't like that too.
Hola! All hands at the ready!
minutes. We'll see if she will buy back anything. Otherwise, we are almost done with this. So we're gonna need to get some turrets or defense down first, and then we're gonna start setting up for production chains. We're gonna need to make sure we get the materials as well that we need. She's not
It
gonna
will
be
be
mad.
difficult to forgive you this act of treachery.
It's no mere superstition.
A holy pilgrimage.
An explosion in one of your factories.
Tales abound of a city sacred to all in this land. One of the holy pilgrimage that must be undertaken by the faithful at least once in their lifetime. Intrigued, you dock at a busy port, a major hub for those on this journey. As you wander the streets in the cooling shade of the antique Roshans, the dust hem the white robes and the sturdy sandals of the passerby betray their wearers' devout intentions. Snippets of enthusiastic and fervent chat to convince your crew that they must see this holy city for themselves. You are pursuing an eager trader's wares when a man approaches, ornate weapons latched to his side and back. Maraban friends, are you here on pilgrimage? Let's see, we have the Pope, which only somehow gives us 50% chance. Let's go for that. He eye you sympathetically. The Wadi is a dangerous place. Rain falls and Badawi bridges abound. Join the caravan, it will be safer. Such a generous offer is hard to decline, and the following dawn finds you clad in the white garb of the devout, joining the steady pace of hundreds of other pilgrims along the long dry riverbed. The journey is slow but safe, and it is barely noon the next day when the caravan reaches the outskirts of the holy city and slowly disbands. You look around, uncertain where to head next. Head for the temple to complete your pilgrimage. Crowd flocks to a vast walled courtyard with intricately arched colonnades. Intrigued, you follow the throng, but find the yard is entirely empty, save for a towering structure of gilded black stone at its center. Swept up in the procession, you cannot help but to be awed by the drone of the countless muttered fervent prayers. The devout circle the stone in the ever-nearing cycles, it being perhaps the most important part of their often months-long journey to this, the holiest of cities. A man in priestly garbs hails you from an enclave of the creamy stone walls, amicably pointing at the panel door behind him. He seems friendly enough, but then you still have much to do before leaving the city. Well, let's follow him. Oh, great. Seizing the opportunity to leave the stifling crowd. You follow him into a set of dimly lit rooms smelling of frankincense and myrrh. All around the walls are piled high with ancient-looking books and maps. Tomes of venerable learning in a score of languages and scripts and testaments to the man's profession as a scholar. One book in particular sits nonchalantly on a small red velvet cushion below the wooden arabesques of the slender window. Its thick leather covers finely inlaid with minute gems and golden ink. Asks where he learned such an array of languages. Remarks about the ornate book.
What's eating biscuit for?
Ships.
People celebrate your leadership.
Oh, look. Peace mode. That's pretty good, actually. Damn, I want this, but I don't know. But we don't really need it, though, but yeah. A language is the art of a people. It sounds the music of the world they hear. Its grammar, the image of their understanding, its history, another tale of creation. He leans quietly on the back of a comfortable low chair. Eyes lost in the haze and dolting warmly outside the Moorish window. A poem tells of how the birds once joined in pilgrimage to find the Simorg. How he spoke to each in his language, and how they knew thence the truth of his words. He smiled with such joy that the weariness of the age fades from his face for a while. Long have I idled here, lost in what I knew. It is time I learned anew and heard the songs of birds of all nations, if you would have me. So wise a man could be a great blessing on your onward journey. But I don't think we can take him. Or actually, we can. We can get rid of this one. We're gonna lose some navigation. But if I might be fine. There we go. Let's head over to the savannah.
Ship constructed.
Hold the crane. Begin the turn.
Right, there we go. Now we have enough to set up some defense. We are ready.
Stations.
We're in the presence of a virtuoso.
Now we're just gonna need to wait for it to be ours, and then we will roll in. That's the Grand Harbor.
How
So.
thrilling! A renowned personage has arrived.
Two minutes. Alright, here we go. This is it. She's gonna lose all of it. Let's take a last look at it. Everything she will lose. Ah, great. I'll take this, please.
I will not rest until it is returned to me.
Shame. Shame, shame, shame.
Ollia reporting in. Moving to coordinates.
I think they got sent back a little bit.